Hello, hello, my YouTube family and friends. I'm gonna get y'all over here so I can. It looks a better light right here. So I'm on my lunch again. Thank the Lord. Today is Thursday, y'all. Whew. I know I sound like I'm rushing. I rush the days, but I'm really not rushing the days. I'm just thankful. I look forward to the weekend because especially Saturday where I can do what I want to do. And I can that day I can, I get to do what I want to do. I can get up late, get up early or whatever. So I'm gonna put my glasses on, y'all, because the sun is shining pretty bright out here. But anyway, I get to do what I want to do. So and I love that part. But anyway, yeah, I'm on my lunch break again, and I like coming out here because it's a getaway. You come out. At first I was like, well, what's the big deal? Just stay in there in 30 minutes. But it seemed like when I'm staying at my desk, the 30 minutes go by super fast. So it seemed like, it tarries a little bit out here. It doesn't go by as fast. But anyway, it could just be a man thing. But it's actually getting some exercise too, walking out and then walking back in. But anyway, it's another beautiful day. My car says 100 degrees, y'all. It's really hot. It really is. But I just wanted to hop on here and share some more words of encouragement to keep on keeping on for Jesus. Whatever. I want to share with you all. I don't think I've ever shared this. If I have, I'm gonna reshare it, if that's a word. But my youngest daughter, the one who's getting ready to go to college, of course, just graduated in May. She was what we call a surprise baby. So, and I'm gonna try to make this just as short as I can because it's a pretty lengthy story how everything happened. But something happened earlier, just a few hour or so ago. I was talking to someone, and I was like, wow, they're going through the same situation. So anyway, I was 33 years old, I believe, when I found out I was pregnant with her. So just to give you a little recap here, my late husband had dropped me off. We had our three children. So we had the oldest son, the youngest son, and then my oldest daughter, she's 21 now. But so I was going to get my tubal ligation. I was so happy that morning. I got off work. I still remember those days, Thursday and Friday. I was off, and that procedure. I went and got Tuesday, cleared for the procedure Tuesday. But I was going to be out. I was off Thursday and Friday. So, of course, the procedure was Thursday. And then I was like, well, I'm going to need, that Friday just to rest and soak it all in. And I go back to work on Monday. Well, as God would plan it, none of that happened. But so, again, my late husband dropped me off at the, where the little drop-off point. And he was on his way. He said, you just call me and let me know when it gets through. And I said, okay, I will. So he was going to take the younger two, to school. He had to get them off to school. And so I said, yeah, I'll let you know. And so that day was about to go, it was going to take a whole complete turn. So I got on the elevator. As I went in the doors, I felt a little weird, if you will. But it was the Holy Spirit. It wasn't weirdness. It was the Holy Spirit. But it's like the Lord was telling me then, no, whatever you're about to do is not going to happen. So I walked on in the door, the double doors there into the hospital. And, this was super early. I had to be there, I think, at 6 or something, 5 or 6. I can't remember. But it was really early. So there was nobody, hardly in there. But I got on the elevator with the interns that were going to do my procedure. I thought that was pretty cool. So they were talking, and they said, oh, you're going up? I said, yeah, I'm having procedure. They said, oh, you're, and they said my name and all that. And so I said, yeah, I'm going to have a procedure, blah, blah. I said, my daddy will be here shortly, because I told my daddy. And one thing I can say about him, even though he's my stepdad, he was always there for support. I mean, if he was able to be there, he was there. My mom, she could never get off work or whatever. He was always there, y'all. And, he had his own business, so he could do what he wanted to do. But no, he was just there. He was there always. That's one thing I could say about him. He was always supportive. But anyway, I got on the elevator with the lady. We were talking, like, So I got upstairs, and when I got upstairs, my dad was walking around, stepdad was walking around. And so I said, Daddy, what are you doing here? And he He said, yeah, you told me. And that's a prompt man. When you tell him something, he gonna be there at least 20, 30 minutes before. He said, yeah, I think he told me he had been up there. So I said, okay. So we hugged, and I went on in the room and changed and stuff. And so, y'all, we were in there laughing and ha 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 and waiting on. And I was looking at the time. I was like, it was scheduled. I forget what time it was scheduled for, but I was like, that time don't come and gone. What's going on? So the doctor, me and my dad, we was watching Good Morning America, and we was talking about the back in the day stuff, the guy who come in there, because I was thinking, I was started getting a little questionable, because I told the guy, I said, why are you taking blood work from me again? I had that. Why are you, what are you doing? I said, I've already had everything. I had all that on Tuesday. And he said, these are doctor's orders, ma'am. So then we got to talking. Him and my dad got to talking. Come to find out, they were from the same hometown in Georgia. So they knew some people, blah, blah. And, both of them knew the same people. And it just went on like that. We were just having a good old time, y'all. Just a good old time. All we needed was a breakfast in there. So, again, I'm looking at what time it was, and I started getting restless, because I'm like, what's going on? And he said, yeah, this is per doctor's orders. Well, the doctor comes in there, his face was so flushed, y'all. I could tell something was not right. And but it was a good, nothing right that was good though. And so he said, ma'am, you've tested positive. And I said, positive for what? He said, you've tested positive for pregnancy. And I said, huh? But I wasn't super surprised, because I felt, when I walked in that hospital, I felt something was off. I felt it. I just couldn't pinpoint it, but I felt something was not right. And so I was going to find out real quick here. And so he said, we got to get you down to, you're showing that you're pregnant, and we got to get you down to ultrasound. And I said, okay. And then he asked me, was I going to keep the baby? I said, of course. And he said, and again, this is my 17-year-old that's getting ready to go to college. And I said, of course I am. And he said, okay. He said, I don't mean to offend you or anything. We always have to ask. I said, no, I get it. I understand. So anyway, I got down to ultrasound. Come to find out I was 7 weeks pregnant, y'all. And those ladies, ultrasound technicians, they thought that was the funniest thing. They were laughing at me, and they just thought it was so funny. And I said, I was crying. I said, I can't believe this. And they said, why are you crying? You're married. And, they were just really encouraging me. And I said, I know, but I'm giving away all my daughter's clothes. And they said, well, you're just going to start fresh. And like I said, everything I was saying, they were encouraging me and stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, which that would not be the only time the Lord would shake up my whole world. It will be more to come, and it's still more to come. But anyway, they thought that was so funny, and I sort of laughed too, because I'm like, hey, it's nothing. I can't do anything about it. It's done. She's on her way. So this is the funny part, y'all. So my late husband, I called him, and he said, are you done? I said, yeah, I'm done. I'm pretty much done. And he said, so everything went okay with the procedure? I said, just come on and get me. I'll tell you everything when you get here. So he got there, and I told him what happened, and he said, because I still had some, I had to do a lot of paperwork and stuff, and this, that, and the other, and they were getting me ready because I had to get my prenatal visit set up, and I was like, oh my gosh. And all I kept thinking about, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to tell my family, his family, my family, the people I work with. This is going to be a whole 9 months of whatever, 8 months, whatever. So I was like, okay, I have to get through it. So that's what I was more concerned with. It wasn't, the baby. It was just like, everything was going to be, it's going to have to be, we had to get through all this, And like I said, I wasn't mad or upset or anything, but I was just shocked. I was super shocked. So anyway, he kept saying, did they make a mistake? I said, no, there's no mistake. I'm pregnant. And it's like it wasn't sinking into him, because like I said, we had been talking, and again, our plans are not God's plans. We say no more children, but God said, you're going to have another child. And so I said, okay, Lord, I hear you. And so anyway, you know, again, we laughed about that. We cried, we laughed, and like I said, here she is now. She's 17 now. She'll be 18 in September. But I'll never forget that year, 2006, because, whew, that year just, it was a shocker for me. But I went back to work. I was off that Thursday, the day after, you know, all this was happening. There was so much activity that day. And then Friday, I think I ended up going back to work Friday because they were asking me, why are you back at work? Because I just had to get back to work so I could, you know, let them know what was going on. I was like, I can't wait till Monday. I got to let them know. And they said, what are you doing back here? You're supposed to be off. I said, yeah, if you don't mind, I'll let you know next week when I can just soak all this in. And so I told a few people, you know, but most of them, I told them they had to wait. So anyway, they were laughing too. And they said, well, that's a blessing. I said, it is. I said, but, you know, it's a shocking blessing. It's a shocker. So yeah, they were laughing and stuff. And so I told his family, his father, his mom, and they were all happy. And they said, yeah, maybe it'll be another girl, which it was. So the Lord able us to have 2 boys, 2 girls. And it was all him. And I'm just so thankful, y'all. But let me tell you how God didn't finish blessing after that. So, you know, I was talking about how I had given away all of my oldest daughter's clothes, this, that, and the other. And the Lord just super blessed me. I had clothes coming out of everywhere. I think now my youngest daughter, I don't think I had to buy her anything until she was like, I want to say till she maybe she was 3 or 4, something like that. I mean, I was so flooded with just clothing, with shoes, and this wasn't no junk. This was nice stuff. All of this was nice stuff. So my sister-in-law, her sister had her daughter, she had some nice stuff. She gave me, I had so much stuff I had to put in the dining room because I was, you know, trying to set up and get everything set up for the baby. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it just really floored me how, you know, people really came through. And I know it wasn't people so much, it was Jesus. It was Jesus, how he used those people to bless me. So I was just so thankful and everything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, and, but I had so much stuff. And then the other blessing, I do consider this as a blessing. The doctor that I had, I still remember his name, Dr. Smith. He put me off work. He gave me a time off before I had my daughter, because he said, you need to rest, because I was having a lot of stress in my pregnancy. And he said, you need to rest. And he said, you know, you got other kids you're gonna have to take care of. And then they didn't stop there. He allowed me to be off before so I was off, I think, like, because I kept having, what do you call it, false labor. I kept having that, I think that's the right term, where I was going in, I think I was just excited and I was ready to have a baby. And I kept, every time I would go in, nope, false alarm. So anyway, I would alert somebody.